behold, it's beautiful Smythe Park, right next to Scarlet. I just made a video about the new Scarlet Road bike lanes, but why not also show off, okay, this is the Black Creek. So Black Creek is not Black Creek Pioneer Village, the tourist attraction. Black Creek is a creek. And if you don't know what a creek is, it's a waterway. It's where water flows. So we're just next to Scarlet. We're on like the north side of the creek where there's this little path that goes through between Scarlet all the way to basically Jane over there. And so does the river here. And so does the sort of road that goes through Smythe Park here. And then on the other side of Jane is the beautiful Black Creek Site West area. It's just called Black Creek Site West. So basically between Jane and Scarlet, it's like managed park and wilderness spots with pool and crap like that. And then east of Jane, on like between Jane and Rockcliffe, it's managed wilderness with this really nice bike path, walking path and stuff going through it. So let's check it out. But like, look, right here, it's just beautiful. You can walk through there and go see the golf course from next to the whatever. I want to have a bike race along here because this is a perfect spot for a bike race. You got great little obstacles and stuff, you know, like that metal thing or whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's nice. It's a nice spot. Check out the magical beauty that is the Black Creek Canal. It's so nice. It's like I should, you know, stick to the paths and stuff, but it's so nice. Look at that, you could live right there. Over the left, we got the beautiful something something neighborhood. Over to the right, there's the forest and some road, and then another beautiful neighborhood. Both the neighborhoods are sort of deadlocked by the road design, right? Because the area is supposed to force you to drive by making it hard. But these two neighborhoods here both have a little bit of pedestrian access points, which, you know, you can also bring your bike in through slowly. So you can go, you know, from that neighborhood up there to that neighborhood over there. You can go from Jane to Scarlet. And talk about picnicking possibilities. I mean, there's a million spots. Check it out. Nice little bridge, right, that you can use to cross the stuff when you need to. And it goes from a sports field type of thing. There's like a baseball diamond up here and a path leading up the hill to the next neighborhood over. And then on the other side is this pool and stuff and this random pond, you know, for ducks and stuff. But this is the coolest part. It's just the canal itself. So neat. But check it out. Beautiful willow trees. And like I said, there's the little walking path just continues along here. So this is the spot for a walk, for sure. The ducks love it too. Check it out. We got some ducks up here. And cut before you see the ducks. It's a little bit of, you know, disgusting whatever stuff flowing into the water because our drinking bowl and our toilet are both the lake. Got two lovely little bridges. And check it out. This is where the river goes under Jane And I'm not going to do it because I want to show you something else, but you can actually go right through there to the other side, and it's fun. And it's not as dangerous as they should have made it. You know, they should have made it more dangerous so that nobody would do it, so that nobody would hook themselves up with a tiny little bit of danger. But I guess this happened before that mentality took over. So it's this beautiful echo chamber and whatever. Great place to, you know, have a jam on a rainy day or something. But not when it's raining too far upstream, because when it rains north of Toronto, this place, it's full of water. Check it out. That is the nice, easy access point from Jane at Alliance up here. And this nice little bridge makes it easy to cross. And then this sports field makes it easy to have fun. And so check it out. This is the main event. This is what I wanted to show off. The recently completed new kind of switchback climby thing, so that it's easy to get up and down into this spot, which of course, if you're cycling, because the drivers need to not do hills and all that terrible stuff, if you're cycling, you got to do an extra hill to get up and over Jane and then go back down, because, you know, you're cycling, so obviously you want exercise, so obviously you want extra hills, so the only way to avoid that is to just use the canal itself. So that's a pain in the butt, but this new switchbacky thing is so much easier to get up and down, but they sort of went overboard. I do appreciate an incline that is so gradual. I don't have to be huffing and puffing and whatever, to the point where you can chat and like film the video and stuff while I'm climbing it. But they put so many switchbacks in. It's like, check it out. It's so extreme. But they, for like, I guess 1 month, they sort of blocked this area off, and then just when it was getting really annoying, they finished it. So that was nice. I want to thank Councillor Francis Nunziata for championing this, you know, rebuild, and also for promoting the Scarlet Road bike lane, because this was such a nice thing to be able to actually get to the Humber River, and between there and the sort of the easiest way to get out to the neighborhood from the downtown. And this is kind of also part of that route if you take it a certain way, if you do it a certain way. But it was such a treat to be able to just use the road without getting run off the road every 2 seconds. It's so nice. And this is a huge treat too, because if you bypass part of Scarlet and go through the park here, this thing sort of corrects the one bit where it was just really hard. And for people who are walking too, especially seniors and stuff and little kids, this is now accessible. Like, you couldn't call this access point really, you know, universally accessible before. It was just too steep for anyone who wasn't a good hiker or a good walker. And now, it's totally senior and family friendly and everything. So they not only kept the path going up there, they also made this path that goes right up to Jane here, but then on the other side of it there's just no marking at all, there's nothing, so it's kind of, it's very funny, it's anonymous, it's very Toronto. So here's where it gets to Jane. And I think the wisdom of it coming up to here is that you don't have to go quite to the top of the hill there in order to get onto the other side of Jane and just continue on one of the informal paths that goes through here and connects with the other path. And also, everybody knows it's easier to cross Jane here and then use this unofficial shared path thing that's supposed to be a sidewalk to get into the rest of this. Alright, so I've crossed Jane. You're not supposed to do it, of course. It's not illegal, of course, but you're not supposed to do it, of course. But you don't take the crosswalks across Jane because it's more dangerous than crossing mid-block. So, anyway, here's the nice non-bike lane that is not for cyclists. So this is where the path is. Oh yeah, I was gonna show off the spot where the new switchbacks come up and lead you onto Jane Street in all of its glory and stuff. But yeah, there's this path, right, that you can take through, and it goes all the way down and around and over to Rockcliffe, which is the next road over. But I'm just gonna go through this little forest here to do it, you know, it's nicer. But first, yeah, I'm just gonna... So yeah, there it is. Not a hell of a lot of fanfare, but that's where the top of that switchback spot happens. This is where you're not supposed to ride your bike next to Jane, right? But the only spot where people do. And then this is the little trail through the bush. So we got super pretty little forest. And then there's the path there. So if there's people there, I stop here, wait for them to get out of the, wait for them to pass and stuff, because I'm, a man alone with no woman with me, no kid with me, and crucially, no dog with me. So being spotted around here, I might as well be a bear or something. But check out how nice it is. Oh, look, somebody even left their tricycle. Check it out. Juniper here. We got cute juniper. Lovely forest over there that you can walk through. The path is right there. And then down there, you can just barely see the canal. So that's where the canal continues along to Rockcliffe. Isn't that just beautiful? So you got forest on either side, the little bits of forest. There's some apple trees up there. I might just get some apples, but right now it's mosquito time for whatever reason. You can often be totally safe in the morning. They're not around. In the afternoon, often they're just not around. But today, the conditions are right. They are big time taking over the forest, so I just biked right through. Which is kind of how you avoid mosquito issues. You just don't stop. Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh, the sumac fall is so pretty. Check it out. There's the canal where it continues to the northeast or whatever. This could be this whole property here. There's a beautiful path that goes along next to the canal there, and this would be such a good spot for a walking and cycling trail. It could go all the way over to where Humber Boulevard north and south start and stuff like that. It would be such a good cycling connection, and it's already a really kick-ass walking path, but there's like, I don't know, there's a little spot where you gotta bushwhack over a creek and stuff. It's so lovely over there though. But, you know, could be great for transportation, but, you know, it's completely owned by some pretty lame companies. And so, you know, you can't have anything going on there. But, on the other side here, we got this, like, lovely manicured park. A bunch of the trees here are going to get ripped out because they are foreign and they're, like, not well adapted to this area at all. So they're getting taken out, replaced with native trees, like the gorgeous and highly viable sumac that we can see here. So this is one of the sort of managed wilderness spots that Toronto is doing, where they just plant a whole mess of local trees and leave, and it turns out really nice. It's really cool. So I highly recommend visiting this spot. It's called simply Black Creek Site West. I guess Black Creek Site East is on the other side of Rockcliffe here. But yeah, go up there too. Get yourself some apples. And hang out in these lovely fields. And I guess it really doesn't seem like this tricycle is owned. So if you need a new whip, holy moly. Oh yeah, look at those beautiful red maple leaves. Gloriously Canadian and whatever. And the lovely sumac. So that, I don't know, apple trees are apple trees. I could show them off, but whatever. Such a pretty spot. Lots of cedar around here too. Make yourself some cedar tea. So yeah, Black Creek Site East or West and Smythe Park are both super great spots. And now, if you visit them, it becomes super easy to go and continue your journey and visit the Humber River because of the Scarlet Road bike lanes without doing a whole bunch of extra hills and stuff. And it's a hell of a lot easier to get through Smythe Park. So thanks big time to our politicians and city staff for completing these like 2 projects that make both of these sites a heck of a lot easier to get through without driving. In case you're one of those like antisocial, you know, anti-economy people who doesn't drive, who hates the world and doesn't drive. Okay, all right.